Hello, I hope y'all are having a great day. It is July 13th, and today I have a good bit of stuff to talk about. I'm going to be talking about today's pretty high severe weather threat across the Great Lakes. I kind of see right there. And uh, yeah, it's pretty much what I'm going to be focusing on for most of the video. I'm also going to be talking about uh, generally just the heat at the end of the video, because there's a lot of pretty much everywhere in the central U.S. and like the southeast, the mid-Atlantic. It's going to be very hot. So I'm talking about that. That's all at the end of the video. But yes, I hope y'all had a great day yesterday, and I hope y'all are having a great day so far. Uh, this is the first video I've done a pretty long time. That's not like done at like 9 p.m. at night. But yes, this is our day one convective outlook from the SPC. We can see we have an enhanced risk from southeast Wisconsin, a little bit of northeast Illinois there, like near Chicago. I think Chicago's in that. Yep. Uh, and it goes all the way down into uh, Ohio there. Cleveland is not in it. Toledo, Ohio is. Columbus is just the slight risk. So is Cincinnati. And yeah. So Cleveland's in the slight risk, not the enhanced risk. But and so we have going on today. This is kind of the main thing. A lot of people have been talking about how this could be a potential derecho. I don't know about that. We're gonna look at this, but we also have a slight risk over in North Dakota, South Dakota, a little bit of Montana, Wyoming, and into Minnesota there. Which I'm not gonna be focusing on as much. I want to focus on this main risk here. But yeah, so what we can see going on right now is we have some storms in areas of Minnesota and Iowa right now. Our MCV looks to be about right here. It's still moving east, but it's going to eventually give us our severe weather threat. So you can see right now, let's just look at what the HRRR has us doing. Let me zoom in on the Midwest here. Okay, so this is about now on the HRRR. A little more convection actually occurring right now. We can see that MCV generally just moves east until it doesn't really bring a whole lot of activity storm-wise until it starts to move southeast by, this is 7 p.m. tonight. This is Central Time, by the way. We can see we still don't have a whole lot of activity. It looks like, according to the HRRR occurs, this will be mainly an overnight event. By 8 p.m., see some storms starting to go off in Wisconsin there. And a little further north also, I mean, that's not even in our enhanced risk. I mean, the northern tip of it, if that. We can see some very strong storms there indicated on the HRRR. That is a terrible sounding because it's contaminated. Let me try and get another one. That is also contaminated. I don't understand why. I feel like I've had so much trouble getting soundings that aren't contaminated lately. Alright, here we go. It's just slightly contaminated. But, I mean, generally, though, our environment's not, like, insane for anything. I mean, the shear profiles are very... I mean, our photograph actually looks pretty good. But we do have... I mean, this is overnight, though, so I could limit it, but... You see a little further north there, we can see some supercells even going off in Ohio. This is at like 3 or 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. And of course my stat sounding is contaminated, so let me try and get another one. I mean, the environment's not that great for like tornadoes when we have capping. Still plenty of instability though, even though it's been overnight. I mean, even though it's 3 a.m. But photograph also looks okay. I mean, that would support like some type of supercells, which HRRR does have. I was seeing some supercells, but why does Pivotal Weather do this? I don't understand. But yeah, so let's take a look at some other models though, because we need to get a better idea of what we could actually see. So this is the HRW FE3 model here. We can see it has more of a general kind of afternoon type event. We can see we have storms moving through southern Michigan there into Ohio. It's completely different than the HRRR, which is kind of weird because, I mean, at this time, we shouldn't be seeing that much difference. Sounding-wise, that looks much better than the HRRR in my opinion. Shear profiles are decent. I mean, they're better on the HRRR for that area, but thermodynamics look better, definitely, considering this isn't overnight. Another model, the WRF NSSL, also a kind of a double, like a more of a 2-round squall line. We can see this first round in the afternoon, and that second round. But yeah, so I mean, generally though, sounding wise, environment looks decent. Got a little bit of capping, but overall thermodynamics look good. This would definitely support a pretty significant wind potential. Pretty significant wind threat by 9 p.m. We can see that other line moving through Michigan. That actually looks decent for some weak tornadoes and some kind of more HP type supercells. But yeah, and let's take a look at the WRF ARW. It's also going with kind of an earlier solution, but none of these models really have Chicago getting a whole lot, so that's kind of interesting. And the last model I want to look at for this before we just state my thoughts will be the NAM 3. The classic NAM 3. We can see it has some strong storms in front of the line. It kind of looks like the what is it? What was it? NSSL, I'm pretty sure. But, wow. Okay, so PDS Taurus sounding. Let's just ignore that. But for now, shear profiles are very good with this. Decape is high, plenty of instability, marginal capping. I mean, the hodograph, I mean, that would support HP. I mean, some high precipitation supercells right there. So maybe if we do get like anything in front of the main line here, if we get any supercells, I think in kind of this area of southern Michigan, kind of that area there, I think we could see some potential. A lot of models have kind of agreed with that. And then we see the main line later, which I think the sounding might be contaminated, but yeah. Be a little hard to get a sounding that's not contaminated with this. If this would actually, okay, let me try and get this. Okay, so take one further southeast here. Why are these all contaminated? Okay, well, we're not going to get a sounding from this. Okay, but I mean, we can see that definitely indicate, I mean, yeah, you can just tell it's going to be producing a lot of wind if that does happen. And the environment's supporting generally significant damaging wind, and a little bit of a tornado threat. I think with the main line, whenever that actually happens, which it looks like it could be mainly overnight, but we could have something in front of it throughout the day, or not really, like throughout the evening when it's still bright outside, or like, I think this first part could have much more of a tornado threat than the second part, but I think the damaging wind threat on the main line will have more significant damaging winds, of course. But yeah, so pretty much what I want to talk about for today. I mean, let me zoom into the Mid-Atlantic here, and let's see what this does on the HRRR as it moves into the Mid-Atlantic states tomorrow. So okay, so 11Z, we can see it's right there. So this is 7 a.m. We'll use Eastern time, so this is 8 a.m. So you have that strong line still coming through areas of West Virginia there, thickest sounding Virginia, and yeah, I mean the line can maintain itself, but it's not going to be strengthening. I don't think at this time. It's going to probably weaken until we get. It'll probably weaken throughout the day or throughout the morning as it heads down into this area. I don't think we're going to see I do think we could see some damaging wind, but not a whole lot of new storms until we really get that instability, and we see some storms go off across like Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, kind of associated with the extreme heat. Not the extreme heat, but the heat wave. A lot of heat in that area, but I mean, but yeah, I mean, you're not really gonna see like a tornado threat out of that. That looks pretty bad. The only thing you're gonna see is definitely a hail threat, and a microburst. Yeah, there'd definitely be a threat of damaging winds. I mean, uh, like kind of, I think that'd mainly be like a damaging or a downburst, like microburst type setup across that area. But gotta learn more about that because the D Cape across Georgia and South Carolina is some of the highest I've ever seen. I mean, 1600. I mean, that is pretty high. It's actually pretty elevated too with the soundings there. Okay. But yeah, so that's pretty much severe weather. Now I want to talk about the heat because there's a lot to talk about heat-wise. So looking at the whole U.S. here, temperatures on the HRRR here. All right. I mean, yeah, this afternoon, I mean, the HRRR has pretty much everywhere very warm. You can see where our convection is up in Wisconsin there, but pretty much everywhere is warm. Other than like even the Northeast is pretty warm, but I mean, several spots in the Southeast hitting 100, several spots in the Plains hitting 100, even in the Midwest, St. Louis likely get hitting 100. Uh, and overnight, we really don't even cool down a whole lot. Uh, by by 11Z, so that is 6 a.m. Central. That's 7 a.m. Eastern. We can see Grand Forks and Fargo are in the 60s, almost or almost set or pretty much 70. 70s pretty much everywhere. Just 70s. Even some areas probably in cities like St. Louis, Kansas City. Probably not even getting below 80. Same deal with the Southeast. Some areas like maybe Columbia, South Carolina, Macon, Georgia. Some in the city may not even get below 80. Or well, almost not. But we can see tomorrow the heat is just worse across the Southeast. St. Louis hitting 100 again. We got 90s in the Midwest there. Upper 90s in some areas. Chicago is getting near 100. Columbia, South Carolina, mid 100s. I don't think that's the right term for that, but very warm, like probably 104, 105. HRRR says 106, but will it actually get that hot? I don't know. That'd be pretty insane, though. But everywhere is in the 90s, so that's just pretty interesting. Northwest is pretty cool, though, so that's nice. Even the Southwest seems pretty cool. I mean, Phoenix is 98. No, that's not cool at all. 98's not cool at all, but I think for Phoenix, though, that might actually be on the below average side. I'm not 100% sure on that. The Northeast is cooler, though. 80s, 70s in some areas. Yes, that's the heat. That's generally all I have for today's video. I'm not going to make this video too long, but just wanted to talk about kind of the big things that we have going on right now. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be back tomorrow. But yes, I hope you all have a great rest of your day today. I should actually have hopefully some videos out later today of storms and maybe tomorrow if we can actually get anything. That'd be kind of nice. But yeah, so thank you for watching and goodbye.